Welcome to the Movie Pope Show, a place where film buffs and cinephiles congregate to discuss moving art in celluloid form. Without further ado, let's see what's on today.
And she's like, oh,
she's got a point though.
They were like, right, that's what I'm saying. And she's like, I don't know, but someone says, oh, but they look so different. And she's just like, what? Like she like smirks because it's like, what am I missing here? Right. And then she gets the fashion lesson, right? Like, do you not realize why you're wearing a cerulean? It was I don't forget, it was pale blue, but the reason why that color was popular, like everything, it trickles down. That fashion trickles down, and you don't even realize it. Because I think Miranda said from some bin that you found at the Limited or something, some clothing bin that you found was that scene was great.
I mean, that was a brutal takedown, by the way. I was like,
but it is true though. I mean, that's a fashion lesson. Like, it does, affect you. Actually, the people in this room determine your fashion, however you want to call it. Like, we're not calling her fashion conscious, but like, don't think that you have,
But it's a subconscious thing, though.
Oh, you don't even realize it, right? Yeah. She doesn't even realize it. She doesn't know what Yves Saint Laurent did 2 years prior. She doesn't know that. But no, I just that was very interesting. But yeah, like her transformation seemed to me pretty quick. And as you said, Luca, it did change her personality as well. Oddly, right? Like, and she became more confident, even flirty, right? Like, all of a sudden she just walked with the confidence. Like she kind of sort of became a different person. I think her boyfriend kind of noticed that as well. But
because remember before she was bumbling and she goes to talk to Nigel, and Nigel's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, either you sink or swim, basically. Like there's no other way around it too.
Yeah. So no, but I think that I don't know, like the way that, and well, we don't have to get there yet. We don't have to talk about the ending yet. We're not there yet. But the way that the movie develops is interesting because it seemed pretty finite. There was no what's next? Like, and not even, I think, from the audience perspective, a curiosity about what's next. It was just like, this happened. Right. Which is why it's like, this is where Hollywood kind of pisses you off sometimes.
I mean, it is following the book, though, so.
Right. I love that belt scene, by the way. Anyone whoever sneered in conversations with me at fashion or frivolity of fashion, and why is this here? Why do we need to design so many skirts? Why? I'm like, go watch that scene. It explains it all.
It does.
It explains it all.
Because like one of the things that I've always baffled me whenever I, read Vogue is like, why doesn't this match? Why doesn't this match? And how does that work? How does that work together? What the heck? Like, that's, I think that for me, was always the disconnect for me. Like, and even you look at that, this was like a light maroon or pink kind of dress, and you're putting a turquoise belt on it. And then like this floral
jacket.
And you're like,
She was also carrying like a little hat. I'm like, does that go on top of this? Yeah.
I didn't understand any of that. I was like, well, it's just so random.
It is. It's so random, and that's always been my disconnect. Where I'm just like, I will never be at that level where I can understand how to put pieces together like that. Like, and that's a skill. Like that. Seriously, like I take my hat off to those editors, I guess you would say, the fashion editors
Yeah.
that do that. Cause like that, I'm just like, sure. Yeah, I guess. If you say so. Like that's how I saw
Mhm.
like that scene. The scene was great, but I'm looking at the dress and I'm like, huh? If he's okay, sure.
I mean, give it a few months, or you're going to be buying it off the rack anyway.
Of
So.
course.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of Vogue and all those magazines. They're more aspirational, more
Oh yeah.
a dream. If you're dreaming about how fashion should look, that's how it looks. But yeah, you don't really take Vogue and dress exactly how it's shown. You put
Right.
pieces that work for you. You wear that
Right.
jacket with jeans. Yeah.
So my question is, so the thing that I was wondering, because as I'm watching those scenes, I'm just wondering. So I mean, so obviously nobody in real life is going to dress like that. Like whether you're in LA or New York or in the Midwest, do these designs kind of form a template as to what normal people are going to wear? So like if someone makes like I don't know, if Maison Margiela makes like a zebra print like fur jacket, right? Obviously, you either have to be out there or really, really loaded in order to buy that jacket. But
Yeah.
but do the designs that these fashion designers make, do they kind of like form a template as to what ordinary people, us regular mortals will wear like in the fall or winter?
Yeah, they create trends. Yeah, like you say templates, I say trends. They create trends.
Okay.
So zebra print, it would be one of the trends that year, that season, and then it will translate into more subtle zebra prints that you buy at the store, whether it's like a t-shirt in zebra print or maybe like I don't know, a skirt in the zebra print, but everything else would be whatever you want to put it with. It's not,
Okay.
or just a short little dress yeah. So they create zebra prints. They were, when I was in fashion, there were services that went to runway shows and they put together a list of trends that were kind of deciphered from all the collections. Because Dolce Gabbana showed zebra, and then Maison Margiela, as you said, showed zebra. Then that's something, then that definitely should be a trend. So they compile a list of trends and they create like these mood boards that they sell for thousands of dollars to companies like mine. And now we know what are the trends. So it trickles down, as Dara was saying earlier. It all trickles down from the trends that these runway shows showed.
So say for instance, if I buy like a black hoodie with white sleeves, that that could sort of be like influenced by what the editors and designers a few months ago said that's going to be the trend for 2026.
Yeah, so color block was probably shown in a few runway shows, not necessarily black with white, but maybe they were color blocking where there were sleeves were one color, but the sweater, the
Right.
body was another color. They just simplified it for people like you and me, so we're not like buying something that's purple here and pink here. It's a little too much for me. I want to wear something simpler. That's why
Yeah.
it's black and white, but it's still color block. It's still the trend.
Okay.
Okay, because like I guess for me, like, should we think about like Vogue and kind of what they were doing is more similar to what they would wear on the runway versus ready to wear what we
Yeah.
would see.
I mean, but the runway is like fantasy land. That's the way. That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it.
It seems I don't want to say exaggerated, but almost extreme, right? Because you see the runway clothes and you're like, nobody's wearing that. Like nobody's wearing that. But it serves a purpose, right? Like there is a purpose for having that, and this is the trend. Even though I don't know, like, because I've always thought, like, unless it's like Vera Wang showing like some kind of wedding dresses, you're like, okay, that I get, but the runway is so like different, and I always thought about it like, why would you? And I still don't understand it to this day.
Really? I thought you would understand it quite clearly.
No, like I never understood why it is so exaggerated. Why it isn't more
it is over the top.
Wear looking. Yeah, ready. I've never understood that.
Well, I
the
think
only thing I never got.
Yeah, my take on it is they want to get onto pages of the magazines. They want to be on somebody's Instagram page, and if they're simplified and not as elaborate, not as out there, they're not gonna be shown anywhere.
Right.
And that's the way to get attention to your collection. Whether you dress them in crazy hats or something,
Or they
to
do
get-
the hair all like a certain wild
Yeah.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That
But
does.
if you go to their stores a year later, there's like
Right.
a toned down version of all of that.
Totally.
That's more
Yeah.
wearable, more commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So like a pointy hat, you wouldn't wear a pointy hat, but if it's like I don't know, like a flat cap with like a very subtle point, I guess that'd be more.
Yeah, a little
passable.
a little touch of that fashion, but it's more toned down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha. And I mean, this is a really great lesson here because because to your point, Art. I mean, we're pretty much following Andy as she's going through this process.
Yeah.
And can I just say, like Anne Hathaway, like, I mean, you guys, both y'all mentioned it. Like, she knocks it
Yeah.
out of the park. Like,
What I like about her, and like I really appreciate this about her, is she's not cookie cutter looking. She has a distinct look, I think. And that's why I think the screen loves her. Like, it just, yeah, like she has a very unique look that works well. And you can play her up and play her down. Like you can do a lot with her. Like, you know, because like you saw, like, as I said, there was literally a transformation. They really played her up and played her down, and it works for someone like her. Yeah, like it's no, but I think she's very attractive, but she's very unique looking. And
well, I kind of. I was gonna say, you don't remember watching the Princess Diaries way back in the day when she
the one,
when she was
that
playing
was
Mia.
one of the Avengers, right?
Yeah, when she starts out, she's got like this big frizzy hair and the glasses,
Yeah.
and she undergoes the transformation. It's like, whoa, like I like I had never noticed you before. It's not as big of a transformation, but we still notice it, right? Because you remember you see Emily and Sabine, who played by Giselle Bundchen, by the way. They're having that conversation, and Sabine's like, "Well, she's really really good looking," and Emily looks at her and she's like, "What? She is." I got a laugh out of that because they were both genuinely shocked to see her like come through the door, oozing, because you can feel the confidence like coming off of her, right?
And well, in fairness, they did give her a hell of a haircut. Let's not overlook that. That was
bang.
Well, I didn't notice that though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they gave her a hell of a haircut. That haircut worked so well to frame her face. It was great. Yeah, like
And
that's
that and that Chanel jacket that she was wearing was very slimming and streamlined.
yeah.
If you compare it to that bulky sweater, the lumpy sweater and the plaid skirt, whatever she was wearing, it's such a contrast. But I have to kind of poke fun at fashion a little bit because there's a moment where Meryl Streep looks her up and down and she stops at her square-toed, chunky, clunky shoes. I don't know if you guys remember, right?
The loafers, were those loafers or Mary Jane's?
It's like loafers, but on like a
With
thick
the heel, that was
Yeah.
a trend at one time. Actually,
Yeah.
for a while, to be honest, the loafers with the heel. Yeah.
Okay.
The funniest thing is, and as I was watching the movie again, it's showing up on runway now, including Maison Margiela, as you were. It's really chunky, square. I'm like, hello, that's Andy Sachs' shoes that Meryl Streep sneered at. Now it's back on runway. So that's the thing that I keep laughing about the fashion world, that we make fun of one thing today and tomorrow it's all over runways, and it's a trend again. It's crazy.
And that's why, like, women sometimes don't get rid of stuff, because fashion is cyclical like that, and it will, give it 4 or 5 years, just like this whole, which I hate, by the way, this baggy jean thing. Like, come on, like, it's driving me crazy, but whatever. But I'm just waiting it out. I'm not getting rid of my old jeans. I'm just gonna wait it out because I know it's not gonna be like this forever. But I hate it.
Okay, that actually explains quite a lot now. I've been wondering about that because I've seen some I've seen some people have like, you know, because sometimes I'll watch like these YouTube videos of like people showing off their closet, and it's like, all right, well, there's clearly no room in that closet, but
No room.
in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if you've had those for at least 5 years, I would chuck it out. I would either sell it or donate it.
Yeah.
Velvet is another thing. Velvet is, to me, is cyclical too. I have a velvet blazer that I'll bring out every now and then. I
People
won't
still
get rid of it.
People still wear velvet?
No, velvet you might get a year. It'll go away. 6 years later, it'll crop back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything comes back. I'm watching my 12-year-old nieces, and they wear things that girls wore in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those T-shirts with like screen print and daisies, whatever, and then flared pants, like that's 1970s. They wear them now. It's a trend now. It's like, and I every time they show up, I'm like, we used to wear that in the 90s. We used to wear that in early 2000s. And it's like it's all coming back.
But it's just so weird how especially nowadays people are mixing and matching different time periods, right? Because when my friends and I we went to go see Project Hail Mary, my friend's girlfriend, she was wearing like these, she was wearing like these long gym shorts, these long nylon gym shorts that I haven't seen since the 90s, since I was a kid, but she's also wearing like a denim jacket. And I'm like, like I don't know if you're trying to do like a 70s thing or if you're like trying to recapture the 90s. What's going on? She's like, yeah, I'm doing a bit of a 90s 70s kind of thing going on here.
That's interesting too, the denim jacket thing. Denim jacket is so interesting because like I have tons and they come out in so many different styles, Luca, which I'm sure you've seen. Sometimes it'll be puffed like this one, it's like distressed, right? This one I have is just completely distressed, and then you have the one with like the puffy, right, at the shoulders. It's like really puffy, or the kind that's like tailored.
Are they all different hues of blue also? Because I've noticed that too.
Oh yeah, but it's wild. And then you just have your random black denim jacket. I mean this is why you have these clothes. That's why you have so many clothes. That's why we have so many clothes. That is why.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like, shoes too. Like wedges. Wedges. It's very cyclical. The wedge shoes, the boots, right? Like the knee high boots, the thigh high boots. That's very cyclical. Like every 3 or 4 years, they'll come back in style. It's just,
yeah.
So we can get lost in the weeds here.
Yes, we did.
But